right, thank you. Like Josh said, we lost a couple games out in Vegas, but as a coaching staff, we definitely feel like there were a few positives coming out of the trip. Unfortunately, none of those were us hitting a big jackpot or anything like that. But getting Maya back it was a huge force. Not really having her against Iowa, and then having her to sit out the Ball State game. Maya really gets us going on the offensive end, so it was great to get her back. Leading our offense. Secondly, I thought our kids were locked in defensively. Believe it or not, both games. I mean, Syracuse and Vanderbilt present some challenges that we don't see every day in the Missouri Valley Conference. With their length and athleticism, especially on the interior. And I thought our kids were really bought in. Against Syracuse, we held their leading scorer, who averages well over 20 points, to 9, and did a great job on her. We're only down 4 on the glass, which if you would have seen the length of Syracuse, you would think that that's a feat in its own. So, and then Vandy, we defended really well again. And then I thought that the last positive is what we did on the offensive end in the second half against Vandy. We got back to ourselves a little bit. We shared the basketball. Kaba and Grace got us going offensively. And so some positives to take into what continues to be a very difficult stretch, which we knew going in. We talked to the kids. We know as a coaching staff, it's going to be hard, and sitting 1-4 after 5 games is not where we want to be. But when you look at the teams that we've lost to, and now you look at beating Green Bay, who's having a heck of a season so far. I think they've beaten 2 top 25 teams already. So it could be worse. Obviously, it could be better. We got to keep getting better, and that starts with Wednesday. On the negative part, our kids just really struggled on the offensive end for the first game and a half. We knew what Syracuse was going to do, and they did exactly what we thought, and we just did not execute. We knew they were going to take the paint away. They want to block shots. They had 7 blocks at halftime, and we only shot 17% from 3, and those were the shots they were going to give us. We didn't share it well enough. And we made a few adjustments, played a little better in the second half, still not very good. And then we could not handle the Vanderbilt pressure. We were down 15 at halftime against Syracuse. I think we cut it single digits maybe one time, but never got that run. And then against Vanderbilt, we did not play well at all offensively in the first half. Our defense kept us in it. We really struggled with their pressure, which was disappointing. But, we went at halftime down 15 again, although we were only down 14, thanks to Chris finding out that they decided to give them a free point. That's a whole different subject. But then in the second half, our kids came out, and we really did an excellent job. We hope to carry over that momentum. Like I said, Grace and Kaba just had tremendous second halves, but it was really everybody. And at one point, Kaba hit a 4-point play, got a 4-point play to cut it to 3, which would have been 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. And, we had a couple opportunities. We had Maya with a couple open threes late to cut it to 1, we'll trust her going forward. So it doesn't get any easier, I think, so far. And I do the schedule, so I got to be real careful with this. I think all 9 teams on our non-conference schedule in the Massey Power Rankings are in the top 90 or so in the country. So not a lot of rest for the weary. Starts at South Dakota, who's had a heck of a year so far. They beat DePaul by double digits down in the Bahamas, and their team is much improved. So we at South Dakota, they got some terrific guards. Grace Larkins is their best player. She's a Des Moines kid, so I'm sure she'll be ready to play. And some really good interior kids. So it's a huge challenge for us. And then we're at Creighton on Sunday, who's just having another tremendous year. I think they're 6-1 or 7-1, and they got us pretty good here last year. And Flan always does a great job. So the hill is a big one to climb. But we talked about our kids. We got 4 games left before the conference, and we got to find a way to get a couple wins. And then build momentum for the conference slate. But getting healthy is the big key. We're still waiting on Riley to get back, and hopefully that's sooner than later. Any questions today?
I mean, think about the things that you did defensively this past week. Some of the good individual performances he's had, like he had a breakout game at Ball State. Simo did really well against Syracuse, and of course Kaba against Vanderbilt. Getting Maya back, and then hopefully Riley back soon. Like, how much confidence is there, even after starting 1-4, that once these pieces start meshing together, once you get consistency, that you could have something great going for you?
Yeah, I think it's a great point, Chris, and obviously that's what we're hoping for. We have not had one practice since we started in September with all 13 kids healthy. A lot of people don't know Emerson was out quite a while, didn't practice for a long time, and so she's still working her way back into shape and game form. Now, she came out against Green Bay and played so well, but, she's struggled since, but she's a terrific player. And we've gone against some really good teams, some unique teams, some athleticism that we're not going to see in the Valley. And I think you can parallel a little bit to what volleyball's done. I don't expect us to go undefeated and run the table all the way, and congrats to them on just an amazing season, and good luck this week. But, they had some losses early, and I think their kids must have learned from them. They stayed together, and then they won, 21 or 21 straight games in the Valley. So hopefully our kids understand the schedule's been really difficult. We need to have more kids step up on a consistent basis. It can't just be one or two kids a game. But I think getting Riley back will make us whole, and then we can kind of go from there. And, then it's going to start a little bit once we get through these next two games in practice, getting ready for a home game and going from there. But we're still very optimistic. We like our team. We like where we're at. We know what our schedule's been. We just got to make sure our kids stay hungry. Any other questions today? All right. Well, thanks again. And once again, good luck and congrats to volleyball this week going up against Miami of Florida, I believe, on Thursday. Thank you.